Welcome back, hero.
Hey, yo. Hero. Yo, check it. Said the little girl seeing sounds, not just the carols, but snow touching the ground. Trees wrapped up in lights, heavy bell jingles into the night. I the one from Polar Express, it's only right. Only the child profound can see the light. Negatives and the positives, lessons learned by the sight, the truest. Not yet altered by worldly influence. Hey yo, the uncarved block, we must return to it. And see this life through the eyes of a child, that's how we learn again. If you carve it into something, it's only good for what you made. The purest work of art with not an altering state. 24th of December, who looking out for a slave? The same ones who proud no matter how much you made. Innocence lost in a maze. Yo, check it, this age of the season is younger than what you think. Stay connected, the warmest, hardest to link. Yo, just check it. Said the little boy seeing sounds, not the firewood crackling. He heard the wind pass again. Jack Frost snip at his nose. He thankful for the layers.
That we're not going to talk about it.
We can talk about the fact that we're not talking about it.
I don't even want to know.
Peek behind the curtain and everything.
Yeah. I don't want to know.
I'm a little mad because I mistakenly deleted one of my listings. That would have been a honorable mention, and I can't remember what the fuck the honorable mention was. Fuck.
Whoops.
Are we recording?
Yes, I just started.
Oh, fuck.
Let's get it.
I needed to test my volume again.
No, you're good. It's all
Shit.
good. Whatever, fuck it.
Right here.
What it is.
Okay.
You're good. I can see.
Are we recording?
We're recording.
Merry Christmas, guys. Welcome to the holiday episode of the SwordCast. We got a special guest here. The ghost of HYRULE himself.
Hey.
The ghost of HYRULE. Has anyone ever accidentally pronounced HYRULE really weird before?
I'm sure some grandma like was trying to buy
HYRULE? What's that game where you play as the girl? You play as Zelda, and Zelda's the elf, and you have to rule the kingdom of HYRULE.
And you gotta go to Kraken Forest.
Kraken Forest.
Oh man, Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome. We're back. We haven't done an episode in a while. Life, how's it Christmas and Halloween was literally yesterday.
Yeah, it's been the holiday season went by way too fast this year.
It was
I don't know
like
how I feel about it.
getting drugged through a portal of just mad holidays, Nightmare Before Christmas, and just going in all the holiday. You know, they really pump faked us with not doing sequels to that when we were kids. Remember they had all the different worlds, the different holidays.
It could have been a whole franchise.
There was a bunch of potential there. But, you know, I do kind of miss the time where everything wasn't a franchise, though.
True.
And, like, every world didn't have to be connected in some way.
No, you got to make money. You have to milk everything for every single dollar. Oh, yeah, Edmund's here, by the way.
That's what I was getting at.
Hello.
He said money, and Vince McMahon peeked his head in there. Money. I'll tell you what, I own people.
Many of them are black. And I never let them win championships. And if I do... Brock! Get him!
Vince is his normal voice and then his raised voice are different. And many of them are black.
Look at these big black specimens.
Oh, goodness.
Boom.
Yeah, man, boom. We're back. Let's go. You got a basketball story, don't you?
I do. I have several basketball stories, bro.
Ah, boy.
So I told a story off air, and I think I told a version of it in the Discord too, where like I've never been more insulted on a basketball court, bro. I was fucking seething at this shit.
Oh,
so this is a two-parter. The first part is I texted Noveliss after I got done playing, and I'm making an excuse already. Toxic masculinity. Turns out I was injured. I didn't know I was injured, but I was. I had really bad shin splints because the day after that I couldn't really walk. I could barely even run. I mean, I couldn't run. I could barely walk. But I didn't know that at the time, and toxic masculinity forced me to play way longer than I was supposed to because I started off playing trash. Like I described it in my text as the basketball just felt like a foreign object in my hand. It was like I'd never held it before.
Right.
Like I remember I was bringing a ball up the court and I just mis-dribbled that bitch. Like I dribbled it too hard and it flew behind my head. Like I've never played basketball before.
Football player?
Like what am I 6? Have I never touched a rock before?
Goodness.
And dog, I was smoking layups, dog.
Oh no.
Missing. I was shooting it with zero confidence, dog.
Oh man.
They weren't bad
the
misses,
worst.
but they just weren't going on. They weren't going in. I was also on a shitty team that
piling up all the
and the other guy on my team was also having a bad day. He was ironically, it's the guy that I got into it with last time. That kind of weird interaction.
The dude that was how was playing with that
he was
guy
we made up and it was all cool after that one situation. But he's solid. I think it's clear at this point now that I'm right now
you can see him at a grocery store and be like, hey man, what's up? Hey man, you gotta stop calling yourself
stop calling me
files,
files, nigga. All right.
That's how we greet each other now. That's all.
Right. I almost kind of jokingly brought it back up, but I didn't want to tempt fate because people don't know how people react sometimes.
Yeah, especially since that first encounter with
it was
that
so
guy.
weird. Anyways, he's pretty good, but he was also having an off night, and the other two people there was this one young white guy who was just kind of was a try hard. He didn't really know how to hoop and just was running up and down the court.
So I have to cut you off.
Yeah.
So my son and the current age of the youth have such a hilarious name for a try hard.
Okay.
A sweat. So this is a few weeks ago, and my son's talking about something, and I just heard him say, "No, man, he's such a sweat, man." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What is that?" He was like, "A sweat. He just tries hard at everything." And I was like, "A sweat." I was like, "That might be the best. That might be the best slang term that I've heard come from the children."
Sure. So anyways, he was a sweat. And then the other guy on our team was just literally like a 70-year-old white guy. Literally 70 years old. And then, some of these runs, they just, if some of the guys know each other, they just kind of stack the teams in ways that are not fun. So y'all niggas just want to cheat to win all. Y'all don't want to actually play basketball for real. Y'all just want to
challenge.
Y'all just want to
want to get a trophy.
All right, whatever. So anyways, I'm playing, we're getting destroyed. We lose 6 or 7 games. And I'm forced to do stuff that I'm not really in shape to do, bring the ball up the court and run the offense. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to shoot only, bro. That's it. Somebody else dribble this bitch. I'm not trying to do that. So we get destroyed. And it was so bad that they 2 of the guys on their team left because it was all right, we're done.
Right.
We already won.
Not
so
fun.
I was so irritated with how bad I was playing. They wanted to keep the runs going, so they lost 2 and they needed 2 more. So I jumped on their team I'll run with y'all, bruh. So in the scrum, after folks were trying to figure out who the new teams were after the old team lost 2 players, basketball players will know how horrifying the next words that I heard were. He described the next team as it's me, you. So he was talking to somebody else, right?
Oh.
He was talking to somebody else who asked the question what the teams were. And he was all right.
He lumped you in the...
He said, it's me, you, and them 2, I guess. Bro, I promise you, if I was a different type of nigga and if I was younger, I would have tried to fight him. I'd have probably swung on him, bro. Don't you ever fucking talk to me like that, bro. Don't you ever disrespect me like that, bro. If I ever get to the point in my basketball career where I'm them 2, I guess, I'm done. I'm not playing no more. I'm not fucking playing no more, bro. I was discarded like the fucking bums that just be running around. I was put in that category.
And it's tough if you know how not good the other guy is that you're being lumped in with.
My God, bro, I was seething, dog. I was so fucking mad.
Oh my goodness.
I was so mad. Like the only thing that kept me and this nigga was also like, he was too grown to be fighting. He was like 40. Only thing that kept me from getting into an old man fight was like a little bit of self-control. I was like, bro,
old man fight.
I will fucking beat your ass over this shit. Like, don't ever, like, I felt like my pride, everything was just total, like my
attack.
family, my like loved ones.
All right.
Everything was under attack, bro. I'm like, bro, like,
My family.
yeah, bro. That's like I was being robbed at gunpoint. It's like my fight or flight like kicked in. It was horrible, bro. So anyway, and then I played trash when I was on his team. So I justified like being them too. It's awful. So that happened.
That's a tough.
That's brutal.
Confidence wall to break through.
That might be the lowest my confidence in basketball has been since I was like in 8th grade or something. Like since I was like a middle school or something, bro. Like,
oh my goodness, confidence
it's everything. That's all basketball is
especially. I tell the kids I coach, how many times are you playing, and there's a kid that's weak, but he's just running his mouth, and he just has the pure, unfiltered confidence, and he's got a horrible looking shot, but he just makes his shots.
Yep.
Straight up confidence.
100%. So anyways, moving past that piece, it kept me up at night, bro. Like, I swear to God, it kept me up. I was thinking about it all night. Like, bro, like, this is unbelievable. Am I done? Am my basketball days over now? Like, so naturally, I couldn't accept that. I tried to play so this was on a Tuesday. I tried to play again on Friday. And that's when I realized, like, dog, I literally can't run. Like, and I felt this same pain when I was playing weak as hell, but I just thought I was just sore and out of shape. But I legitimately was like, oh no, I'm hurt. Like, I can't like run. Like, so now I feel better because it wasn't me playing weak. I was just hurt. So fuck you, bitch, motherfucker. So anyways,
I'm just really having fun imagining it haunting you, like you said, but it's just the echoing. Them two, I guess. Them two, I guess. Them two, I guess.
Getting asked by somebody. Hey, can you grab them two right there? Them two bottles right there for me?
Right.
Them two, I guess. Them two.
Right.
Them two, I guess.
What you mean them two?
Right. So anyways,
which ones you want, bro? I don't know. Them two, I guess.
Oh, even you saying that just now, dog. Shit pissed me off a little bit, bro. God damn. Brutal. So the story has
Bro, this is
It's just the driving home, too. I guess.
I called. You remember my cousin Justin?
Oh my gosh.
I called him immediately and was like, "Bro, like, I've never been more down bad as a basketball player ever, ever, bro."
Oh my goodness, them two, I guess.
I texted Noveliss like, I didn't have it today. Period. It was so sad. It was the saddest text ever. Cause I was just talking about like, bro, I can't wait to hoop tomorrow.
Oh
Like,
my
man,
gosh.
text that nigga back. I didn't have it today. Didn't have it today, bro. I was playing weak. I'm weak as fuck, bro.
Goodness.
So the story has a happy ending, right? It has a petty ass ending. So here's what happened. On that Friday, I realized that I couldn't hoop. And I just was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to recover because I've never really had shin splints like this before. They were pretty bad. I could barely walk.
Yeah. Oh man, shin splints can.
Yeah. And I learned what shin splints are. They're actually literally like micro fractures in your leg.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Bruh, so at the high school I coach at, they have a gruesome shin splint poster, and I've asked,
Can we take this down?
It's gross.
Yeah. So anyways, I take like a week off. I don't do anything. I walk on the treadmill maybe like once or twice during that time, but I don't do any ball. I'm just totally resting, drinking a bunch of water. Next Tuesday comes around, feel way better. I don't play on Tuesday though. I just went to go shoot. Feel way, way better. The next Saturday comes. That's where the big run is. I got there early. Putting up shots, feeling good. Got a nice sweat in. But the good kind of sweat, not the try hard kind.
The try hard kind.
And I was one of the first people there because that way I knew I was going to be able to get on a good team if I was one of the first people there. I was the first person there. I was there like an hour early, bro. I was treating this like an actual pregame, like I was fucking playing a college basketball game. I was there like an hour early. I stretched.
Goodness.
I took that shit so seriously, but I felt great. I felt super good. Come to find out, me and this nigga, them two, I guess, accuser. Me and him were on the same team.
Oh, that's weird.
Nah, it's all good. It was me him, and actually another guy that was on that team too, and some other guy two other guys who were pretty good.
You guess.
Yeah, I guess some other niggas. I guess. And guess who didn't have it that game? It was that nigga. He was playing like ass, and you know who was carrying our team? Me. I was shooting that bitch straight.
You should have did a fake. Hold on, let's see what teams are real quick, and then you should have been like,
right. Oh, and that nigga, I guess.
Yeah,
right, motherfucker. I was going crazy, bro. I was shooting the lights out.
You know what the teams are, but you just do it for no reason. In the
In the middle. Hold on. What's teams again? Oh, we got that nigga. Okay, that nigga, I guess. Okay, cool. Bet. Bro, I scored.
Go stand in the corner, bro.
Right. Watch out. Move. Hold on. Clear out.
I got you.
You know how somebody come try to set a pick? No. Move. I got it. Go stand in the corner. Bro, I swear to God.
Stay away from the play.
So, but he actually is a pretty good player, but he was playing real trash. So the first couple of games, the first two, we played 3 games altogether. The first game, we were trying to go to him because he's kind of tall and like a pretty good player. He had a good matchup. He had a big slow guy checking him, but he couldn't even get past him. And he just was blowing layups, whatever. He didn't have it. So towards the end of the game, I started kind of demanding the ball a little bit. So I hit 2 threes in a row, and then we kept going to him for the game winner for some reason after I hit 2 threes in a row. And then at one point, I just went to go get that bitch, and nigga jab step, 1 dribble pull up, game time, right? And so here's the funny thing. He comes over to me and like thanks me. He was like, bro, thank you. Because I didn't have it. Because I didn't have it today. Look how the tables have turned, motherfucker. I guess it's you and this nigga on my team now, huh? Them two, you, I guess. I should have said that, but I didn't. But anyways, we won the next 2 games. I played really, really well. I felt much more confident. And then guess what I did after that? I went home. Played 3 games, went 3-0.
Leaving on
played
top.
well. And I didn't even, like, I got to the point where, like, hey, I should probably stop playing now because if I play anymore, I'm going to start breaking my body, and I don't need to do that anymore.
Leaving on top.
Leaving on
Always
top.
fun.
And then that carried over to yesterday where my family came in town. We do, like, a yearly basketball outing with the cousins. And I was still hot, bro. My cousin Calvin's son had never seen me play basketball before. And he's, like, in high school, so he's, like, in that hot shot era. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I gave him a little bit of show. You know, you can hoop. He was like, man, he was giving me some attitude.
Trying to be too cool for
yeah, but he wasn't. He was doing it kind of disrespectfully, if I'm gonna be honest. Like he wasn't joking. He was kind of like, oh, okay, like with like the straight serious face. So then we started shooting around, and he saw me not missing. I literally, and I was at Hope United Methodist Church, which is this great gym that has these super soft rims. Bro, I was shooting like literally in our shoot around, I was making like 11, 12 in a row at a time. Like totally like lights out. So he started looking back at me. And I was like, no, don't be looking back. Don't be looking surprised. Like, no, don't be surprised at this shit. Don't be surprised. I know since you've come of age, I've not been playing basketball, but don't get it twisted. Me and my cousin Justin were the best 2 players in his family. Don't get it twisted. So, yeah, and he did. Because you know who was guarding me? Him. You know who scored 12 of our first 15 points? Me. And you know what they all were? They were all 3-point jump shots right in his eyeball. All 4 of them. You're going to have to check. And then finally on the way back, I was like, you know I can shoot now. You going to check me now or what? And he finally cracked a little smile. Like, all right, nigga. Like,
yeah, you're not that cool guy.
you gonna learn. He can hoop though for 15, 16.
Right.
But no.
For a child.
Right. I'm grown. I done did this shit at a couple levels.
At a couple of different levels.
Right. So
Yeah.
Anyways, boom. Basketball stories.
So I too have a quick basketball story. Mine is this is when I text you. I'm having my journey of coaching high school for the first time, coaching freshmen, and we played this school called Northville. And this story. So the way it started was, our road jerseys are gold, and a lot of my boys had white shirts under their jerseys, and. I'm used to coaching AAU, so they don't care. They let you wear whatever shirt on your jersey. But there's a rule where your undershirt has to be the same color as your jersey.
That's new. That wasn't a thing when we were playing.
No, it was not.
Even for away teams too.
Yeah, no, because I used to wear a black shirt on every jersey. But so when
I used to be out there skinny with no shirt on under nothing.
Yeah,
I was rail thin. It was kind of weird actually.
So we played this team, Northville. They were my team's small. We shoot the ball really well, but we're small. And we play this team, and before the game, when everybody takes their warm ups off, the ref calls my team up, and basically it's like, "Hi, you guys. What color? Hey, Adams, what color are your jerseys?" And the boys are like, "Gold." And he's like, "Your jerseys, your undershirts got to be the same color. You can't wear those." So he makes my kids take their jerseys off, and now they're all embarrassed because they're skinny, and they got to take their shirts off right there.
Bird chest.
And then the coach on the other team is being kind of a jerk, like, "Oh, they didn't know that." Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I would really like us to beat this team now, after the rest of this. So game starts, and we're losing by like 10 points, and we're playing good D, but their team's huge, so they're just scoring anyway. And I was just okay. So timeout. I've been working with them on this 1-2-2 run and jump trap, and let's do this 1-2-2. So we go 1-2-2, and they struggle with it, can't figure it out. We instantly make a run, get back in the game. He calls the timeout. So my team comes in. I'm like, all right. I'm like, let's mess with this guy a little bit for being a jerk earlier. So I'm like, let's go back to man-to-man when we come out of the timeout. So it comes out of timeout. We go man-to-man. They're running zone offense. We get like 2 steals, go down, make layups. Dude calls another timeout. Then I'm like, let's go back to 1-2-2.
You motherfucker.
So he comes out. We go back to 1-2-2, and the coach slams his board on what the fuck? It was funny. We ended up winning the game, and it was just very satisfying that we were.
Did you give him any motherfucker at the end?
No, but as you told me, I should have thrown him a banana.
Like, remember the Titans?
Oh, God.
And I told you, I'm not that young, but I'm always coaching against these old guys.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're looking at me like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I have my assistant Gage is young too. But, me and him were talking kind of how you just said. I played this game at a high level. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And
you're 50 coaching a freshman high school team.
And you know what I mean? And
like, that's not a good look.
I played for Garth Pleasant in college. He's one of the greatest Michigan coaches of all time. My assistant Gage he's young, but he was on the staff at Oakland for Campy. So, you know what I mean? Like, we both learned the game at a very high level from 2 very good coaches. So it felt like it was definitely a coach W, and it felt good to kind of out-strategize the other guy and get a coach dub like that. So
nice.
That's my basketball story.
I love that. Wait, hold on, real quick. One last thing I'll add. One of the things that I really enjoy about a good run, where like there's people that and you feel and you're playing well, so your confidence is high. I love not the shit talking chatter, but like the basketball chatter of like
the real technical basketball.
Because I'm dog, I be out there chirping, bro, and not chirping in a bad way, but like. You know what I'm saying? I call out everything, bro. Watch the screen. Here come the screen. Or like, and me and my cousin Justin, who I've been playing with like since we were 12 years old. Like, I just know him super well, and I'll just like say little shit like, "All right, I see you, Jay," and I know what he's getting ready to do. You're right, or like, I'll just ask him as we're coming on the court, what you want to do? Just kind of like talking through the play as it's happening. I just love that shit, bro. I love like the language of basketball, but you don't get that at any run. You only get that in like a good run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where there's no egos and there's no like
or
weird
that
shit.
Can't hoop.
Yeah. Or like just weird like energy. Like, so anyways, I love that about basketball. Basketball, fun.
Basketball, fun. Let's go. All right, man. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Let's do a Christmas movie draft like we did. Remember last time we did the holiday plate draft. Yeah. So we got the Christmas movie draft. We're gonna pick 5 movies each.
So who got first? So here's what I suggest.
We gotta give Edmund first because he's a guest,
right? But then whoever got first pick last time between you and I, the other person gets second pick.
Okay, word up. So
you remember?
I got first pick last.
All right, so I got second,
and I picked the macaroni and cheese. You thought I was gonna blow my
I thought you were gonna miss the layup.
I drafted Kevin Durant, not Greg Oden. What you mean?
I thought you were gonna miss the layup.
I drafted Kevin Durant, not Greg Oden.
Damn. Okay. All right. Number 1. So Christmas movie.
Christmas has to be a movie, and.
But okay,
movie cannot be drafted twice.
You know, so I already know what Edmund's thinking. You know what I'm thinking. What about Star Wars? Okay. Okay. What about Die Hard?
Die Hard is accepted as a Christmas movie.
Bro, how? And Star Wars isn't.
When has it been Christmas in Star Wars?
This whole new era of Star Wars has always been like, hey, come to the movies and watch Star Wars on Christmas.
I understand that the movies come out on Christmas, but when in?
I'm just saying.
I feel like if you're gonna take Star Wars, it has to be the holiday special.
Oh fuck, never mind.
When is an actual Christmas in Star Wars? That's what I'm saying. Never
on the Hoth. You never know what happens on Hoth.
Life Day, isn't it? Isn't that what it's called?
I don't know.
I actually haven't watched.
All right, movies with actual Christmas in them.
All right, so Die Hard does count. Okay, go for it.
Edmund with the first pick in the Christmas movie draft.
Now, while you guys are going
first overall pick.
Right.
I was sitting here panicking, trying to come up with my big board for this one, especially because I couldn't come up with my.
Sorry.
I feel like that should be a fine.
$2. $4. Fine bucket. We actually need like
you need a fine bucket at this point. So.
That'd be funny.
But I
that's the best I can do. What do you want from me? I literally went off camera to do it. I don't have a pause. Do you want me to just drown in my own phlegm like Stu Gotts?
Yes.
Cover the mic. I don't know what you want me to do.
Have you seen a long K Polly?
Not in a long time. There a scene like this?
You know what I'm talking about? Where he just wouldn't stop clearing his throat. and he was doing. They weren't. He was.
Oh god.
All right, we're back. Sorry.
Hilarious.
Okay, so I feel like my first pick would be very obvious of what anybody who knows me would absolutely choose. Coincidentally, not Die Hard.
That's what I would have guessed.
But the obvious choice, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Hey, that is exactly what I was thinking.
Strong pick.
Of course that would be
With
my
the first pick in the draft, the Nightmare Before Christmas is off the board.
All right.
Something's up with Jack. Something's up with Jack.
With the second pick in the SwordCast Christmas draft, Hero selects Home Alone 2.
Oh! We did a lot of scouting for this one, and our number one choice on our big board is still there, going jingle all the way.
Strong.
With our first pick in the Christmas movie draft. My favorite Christmas movie of all time. Still on the board. Let's go.
All right. How many are we doing?
5.
Bet.
So we're not doing the snake draft?
Oh, are we doing a snake? Do I get another pick?
No. Hell no. This is a professional draft here.
Bro, can you imagine if they did?
Oh, bruh. It would like
snake
change
drafting
everything.
in real sports.
Yeah, it would change everything.
So much of the
teams
would be trying to get that pick.
Right.
That last pick.
It's basically like having 2 first round picks, essentially.
For sure. They'd probably be sabotaging players' work. Hey, when you go work out for them, suck.
Right. Tell them, fuck off. I don't like this shitty city.
Wear Crocs.
Run your routes in socks, please. Slip all over the floor.
Oh, it would be worse in the NFL than it is in the NBA.
Oh, for sure.
Because the NBA is kind of like, top. The guys at the top belong at the top. The NFL, I feel, scouts get it wrong so bad.
All the time.
All the time.
There's like Hall of Famers that be getting drafted in like the 6th round. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy.
Look at the sun god.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yep.
So I feel like with my big board, the rest of it, I don't have any concerns because I don't think there's going to be much crossover other than the fact that you fucking took Jingle all the way. That was going to be my second pick.
It's a homemade explosive device. Sinbad's MVP.
He's so good in that movie.
He's so funny, bro.
Now, my second pick, though, I do feel like, Hero, you probably might have gotten this at a later draft pick, so I'm going to go ahead and scoop it now because the rest of my draft, I don't think either one of you will take. So for number 2, my second pick today, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I was just watching that last night. It's
good one.
Hilarious.
So with the, what are we on? 4th pick or 5th pick?
5th pick.
Of the Christmas draft. We're going to go back-to-back brothers here, just like in this year's NBA draft. We're going to go Home Alone.
Wow. Those are good picks. When did you realize that you liked the first Home Alone more, or the second Home Alone more than the first one?
For me, it was easy because the second one was the only one that I had the videotape for. I had the VHS for that one.
Interesting.
And I mean, I saw the first one a ton on TV, but Home Alone 2, I used to wear that tape out every, not even just on Christmas. Like, I used to watch that shit all the time.
So, for me, I feel like it took me a minute to realize. I thought I always liked the first one more, and then I realized the second one is way funnier.
It just takes all of the first, all the gags.
It just ramps it up. He was out for blood in the second
Y'all remember
movie.
how we like kind of killed those niggas in the first one? We finna.
It's finna be Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, nah, literally, bro. Like we literally electrocuted Marv. We electrocuted that nigga into a Street Fighter 2 skeleton, bro.
He's got all the funniest parts in that movie.
He does.
He getting electrocuted. The pigeons.
Dog, that scream that he does.
That guy is hilarious. All right. With 2 of my favorite movies off the board, I am going to go in an animated direction here. I'm going to pick a movie I'm not sure a lot of people know about.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick the movie that came out on Netflix a couple years ago, Klaus.
Mm-hmm.
That movie is amazing.
I've not seen it, but I've heard good things about it.
It is so good. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It basically, first, the animation is really good, but this movie it tells the legend. It basically explains how the legend of Santa Claus started, and
nice.
It is very good. It's kind of dark at times, but it's a really good movie. One of my favorite Christmas movies. I'm gonna go with that movie, Klaus, as my number 2 pick.
Nice.
Back to you, Edmund.
Part of me almost wants to go with the joke pick of Medea's Christmas, but
no.
that would have been a great first pick. But, number 3, we'll finally go ahead and pull the trigger on it. We'll take Die Hard off the board.
Hey.
Why not?
All right, so with the 8th pick in the SwordCast Christmas draft, a high upside pick that we thought was going to go really high has slipped down the board. I am not even the biggest fan of this movie, but I know its popularity and I know its upside. So we have to go ahead and scoop for value. We're going to go with Elf.
Hey.
With our third
wow. Pick. Elf. That's a steal.
I don't even like that movie that much.
That's like trading back into the first round in the NFL draft,
right.
and picking up picking up a guy who had a bad combine,
Right.
so he slips in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's still one I haven't seen. I know I need to
You
at
haven't
some
seen
point. I know I need to.
Wow.
This
But I
was during a
haven't.
phase where I wasn't a huge fan of Will. Will Ferrell grew on me eventually, but he hadn't grown on me yet when this came out.
That's interesting. I love Elf, but I think if I didn't have kids, I don't know if I would have seen it as many times as I've seen it. I've seen it a lot. All right, I'm back on the clock. Similar situation here. Legendary movie, one of my favorites that has slipped in the draft. I'm gonna go ahead and grab A Christmas Story.
That's a good one.
One of my favorite Christmas movies. Obviously, grew up watching it all the time. 24-hour marathon. Oh fudge! I'm taking A Christmas Story with my third pick.
Wow.
Fudge.
What happened?
Only I didn't say fudge.
Reaction. Stop reacting.
Sorry. See, now I'm about to scroll back over to check it myself.
Oh my God. What are y'all doing? Don't you want to watch the game?
All right, I'm closing it.
I'm just
I closed it. He scared me.
I'm just upset.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. Your pick. Your pick's next.
The movie I know you haven't seen, Hero, and I'm assuming you may not have seen it either. Violent Night, because watching Santa.
I love that movie.
Yes.
I watched it earlier.
Good.
Dang it.
Good.
All right.
Love my John Leguizamo.
So with the 11th pick in this draft, we're going to make a call to the commissioner because we have a point of clarity. We're handing in our card for 1995's Hook, starring Robin Williams. We needed clarity. Does this qualify? Does he meet the age requirement?
It's Christmas in that movie.
The whole plot of the movie is about a Christmas vacation.
It is, bro, and it's a Christmas party. Oh, wow.
I would allow it.
I'll allow it, man.
Only because, but
That's
the
tough.
only downside is like even looking through like list of Christmas movies.
You
even
never
with
see
ones
it.
that it never comes up.
Never see it.
But
But is that on the
that's on
people?
them.
I was gonna say, is that on the people making the list?
We're gonna hand in the card. We're gonna hand in the card. We're gonna get.
It has been shot down by commission. No, I'm just kidding.
We're handing in the card for. We're making the call. We're gonna get Hook with our fourth pick.
Wow.
I support it.
It's a strong ass team.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I think so.
That is a steal. All right, man. Back on the clock. I like what I got here so far. I have my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I have a sleeper movie that I love and enjoy that I think everyone needs to see that I know a lot of people haven't seen. And then I have the legendary classic. With my fourth pick, I am going to go with another movie that I enjoy, another new addition to kind of my favorites list, a movie that we now watch every year at my house, 8-Bit Christmas. This movie is hilarious. It is basically an 80s version of A Christmas Story about a kid that wants to get a Nintendo really bad, and it is hilarious.
Boom.
8-Bit Christmas.
All right, is this my last pick?
This is everybody's the last round of the Christmas movie draft is upon us.
I was certainly trying to waver on which ones I might consider for this. Batman Returns was in consideration.
If we allow Hook, we probably have to allow Batman Returns.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna pick that too next.
I remember when we did the definitive Christmas movie list last year. That movie was getting some vote. It was on a few people's list.
Okay.
Even though it's not really liked, unfortunately, I did fuck with this movie. The first and only entry, well, no, maybe not the only entry at this point from Marvel, but I'm gonna go Iron Man. Iron Man 3 would have been considered. It's not my official pick. And even for Love for Josh, I was gonna consider this movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
But
There's a Marvel. Isn't there a Marvel holiday special?
yes, that would have been a Guardians.
Yeah.
But that's why I changed that last part. But I am gonna go with a Bill Murray classic that I enjoyed called Scrooged growing up.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Scrooged is good.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna stop the shenanigans here. We're gonna make a good old fashioned pick veteran 4-year college starter, 5th-year college starter. We're going 1964's Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Wow.
The claymation
classic. I love it.
That's one of my favorites.
I forgot about those movies. I used to watch those all the time too.
Yeah, I had the tape. My dad taped that one and the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Nice. All right, and with my last pick, still some good movies. Actually, there's still a lot of good movies on the board here, but I'm gonna go with another one of my favorites that my kids really like. That kind of got me into this movie. The animation's a little creepy and teeters in the uncanny valley a little bit, but I do love Polar Express.
So I'm gonna super uncanny valley.
I'm gonna take Polar Express with the creepy dead eye animation, but I do like the movie, so I'm going Polar Express, even though the animation is creepy. So I am very satisfied with my team. Christmas movie draft. Edmund ends up with Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas Vacation, Die Hard, Violent Night. You got 2 action movies on there. And Scrooged. Hero ends up with Home Alone 2, Home Alone, Elf, Hook, and it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And I end up with Jingle All the Way, Klaus, A Christmas Story, 8-Bit Christmas, and Polar Express. Nice.
Those are some good squads.
Those are some good teams there. Those are some good teams there. Possible look at playoffs maybe in the future.
Can we hit up the undrafted free agents?
Heading straight to the waiver wire.
Because I'm scooping up Grinch.
I'm definitely signing. All
right,
which Grinch?
The original.
The animated one?
Yes, when he's talking shit.
Have you guys seen the
Jim
new
Carrey one?
There's a new animated Grinch movie.
With Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I like
really?
it.
I still need to check it
I
out.
just watched it like 2 days ago with my daughter.
it.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's like a couple years old.
Yeah, it's not old. It just came out pretty recently.
Well, if we're doing waiver wire stuff, I'm definitely getting Batman Returns.
We're doing waiver wire stuff. Yeah, if we're doing waiver wire stuff, sneaky movie I love that I used to like when I was a kid is Miracle on 34th Street, but the one that came out in the 90s with the little girl from Matilda. I used to really like that movie.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Yeah, they did one in the 90s, like a remake, and it had the girl from Matilda in it. I used to love that movie.
She got her bag and went home.
She sure did, man.
She got her bag and then she went to college. Now she's chilling.
She was
like a normal
little
human.
cute kid, and she was like, "What movies can I do right now?"
Right quick in this like 2-year span.
Right quick at peak adorableness, and then I'm just gonna bounce.
Cool. Made one of the greatest like 90s kids movies ever.
Bruh.
And I think ironically, I read somewhere that she's like a teacher, and it has basically become Miss Honey. Which is really dope.
That's amazing. Yeah. I'm definitely signing Arthur Christmas as a free agent. Nice. I love that movie. Sneaky good Christmas movie. Have you guys ever seen Tokyo Godfathers?
Yes, fantastic.
It's an anime movie. It's really good. You should check it out.
It was on some of the lists as I was scrolling.
It's really good. It's about these hobos who they find a baby and they take care of the baby and it happens on Christmas. It's really good.
It's one of the first like pop culture crossover anime movies. Like it came in like the second wave after like Akira and Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Before Miyazaki became a household name in America. He was already a household name in Japan, obviously. But
it's like early
America.
2000s, I think it came out in.
I think it came out in the late 90s, but it
didn't come out here till 2000s.
Gotcha.
Or like 2001 or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's a good movie. Let's check it out. All right, still on the Christmas episode here. There's a movie that I know myself I've been waiting to come out a really long time.
I'm wrong. 2003. You're right.
I was right. Ha!
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your spoiler warning for a movie that just came out. It's been getting very bad reviews on the internet. It's been getting bad critical reviews. It's been getting
pretty
good fan reviews.
Pretty good. Good, like not at stellar fan reviews, but like good
Decent, yeah.
fan reviews, like 60, 70%, something like that.
So this is Rebel Moon, guys. Zack Snyder's new film that came out on Netflix. So we're gonna talk about it. We've all seen it, and it is out. It is on Netflix. So we'll start with our guest, Edmund. What were your thoughts before we get into? We'll just go through how we initially feel about it first, and then we'll kind of get into the actual movie itself. But Edmund, what were your thoughts on Rebel Moon?
Now, my initial reaction to almost anything Zack Snyder is to probably have some pretty low expectations, to be honest with you. So I did come into this with pretty low. The reviews were mixed bag. It seemed, critical, like you guys said, and then seeing the fan reviews. And at the end of my 2-hour and 15-minute journey in that world, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it. I see the potential. I have my thoughts on some of these directors who really like doing these long form movies and what they should probably start trying to do a little bit. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed it.
Make everything a series
Yes,
only, ever. Stop, abolish movies, only TV shows.
I won't go that far universally.
No more movies ever.
But I do think things that require all this lore.
Yes. This is why video game adaptations are better now, is because they're series and not movies.
Yes.
That's why.
And I definitely think Zack Snyder, I might even venture to say your boy Christopher Nolan, need to start considering telling some of these long ass movies as like a nice limited series. Agreed. Of like, even if it's 4 or 5 all the way up to 10 episodes, an hour each, you'll get all the shit that you want.
100%.
I don't have to stress myself out trying to damage my bladder while sitting in a movie theater. And it makes me want to be willing to rewatch it, because
that is it. I agree with that too.
As much as I enjoyed Oppenheimer, I have no interest in sitting down to watch that shit again.
I still haven't watched it because of how long it was.
I still haven't watched it because I just don't want to.
I don't give a shit.
But yeah, like Zack Snyder, he definitely needs to consider, because I think he would make a dope ass 8 to 10 episode series that would be phenomenal to watch, where I would not get tired of some of the slow motion parts, where he can flesh out all this shit that he has in his head, because it's a lot in there. So yeah, other than that though, I'm excited to see what happens in part 2. And what is it supposed to be, a 3-part series?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, a trilogy of movies?
Boom shakalaka.
I'm all for it. So,
Hero, what were your thoughts on Rebel Moon?
Mostly the same. I'll get in. I have a take that I'll give later, but I think overall I liked it. I put it in the Discord. I would say
Heroes, hot takes,
not a hot take. I thought that I would like it better than the reviews said, and I did by a lot. Like the reviews made it seem like it was a fucking shitstorm.
When is the last time a review has a review ever scared you off a movie? It's never happened. I never care what other people say.
I wouldn't say scared me off, but definitely reviews. It depends on where the source is. But there are some reviews that will change my expectation, but nothing has prevented me from watching something.
Right?
No, like I wouldn't.
At most for me, it may influence whether or not I'm gonna actually pay money to go see it, or
hop on the Jack Sparrow train.
Yes.
Boat.
Or just wait for it to come on streaming.
Right.
And then that way I can actually enjoy taking my breaks, being on my phone, going to the bathroom, eating while I'm watching it, or something like that. That's at most what it might do. But if I'm 9 times out of 10, if I'm interested in checking it out, I'm gonna go see it regardless.
Right.
Like,
all right. So here, before you give your take, don't look at the screen.
Okay.
You don't look at the screen. I just wrote something down that I want the audience to see. Who is your favorite character?
Nemesis, come on now. So I watched this. I wanted to see it when it first came out. They showed it Thursday, right? Like kind of early. I think they did like a little.
Did it come out early?
Show.
I didn't watch it till Friday.
I didn't watch it till I just watched it. But
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
I really loved it. So for me, this has been a year where I have like fully And I've always loved sci-fi, right? But I think this year probably, I love fantasy, wuxia, martial arts movies. And I love old samurai movies, but sci-fi really has. If I can get a sci-fi movie with a lot of action in it, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Matrix,
Dune.
That's maybe my favorite thing. You know what I mean? And this was just kind of like,
or even something fantasy with action,
right? And I'm not taking any shots at the creator because I did like that movie, but I think when I think of like what Rebel Moon was in terms of what I was looking for and what creator was in terms of what I was looking for, it's a huge, because I like the creator, but and we talked about this, I don't know exactly what I was expecting. I don't know what I wanted, but it just wasn't what I wanted. I still liked it and I thought it was really good, but it wasn't what I wanted per se. When I watched Rebel Moon, I was like, yeah, I love this. You know what I mean? Because it's not filet mignon, right? But I'm hungry. It's pizza. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So
it's 3 in the morning.
I do know what you mean.
It's pizza, dog.
So here's I agree with your metaphor in the sense that I think I like creator. I like them both. I think I like creator more because it was filet mignon.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like creator more because it was like, I'm finna give you a fucking shrimp scampi from Scratchers, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna throw a little caviar on that motherfucker and do some pretentious like artsy fartsy bullshit that I like.
Yeah.
It's also why I really really liked the movie that we haven't watched it yet. Leave the World Behind.
Not yet, no.
Yes, that movie you might like it. You might like it. On some sci-fi, there's no action, not a lot.
But I watch a lot of sci-fi movies with no action.
Right, and so now that you're on this journey, think about the place that Children of Men took you.
Yeah, love that movie.
It's similar.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Right, literally one of my favorite movies ever. Yeah. Anyways, so I like the creator more because it hit me right. It's to me, it's the Kendrick Lamar versus J. Cole argument, where it's like J. Cole is more relatable. And a lot of people like him more for that reason. Kendrick Lamar is a pretentious artist, and I like that shit sometimes. So, like, for my taste, that worked. Now, it's not a one-to-one, because I think musically, you and I probably, and I know you're not the hugest fan. We don't have to talk about music. I know we don't talk about music that much. I know you have your feelings on a lot of these artists. But the point I'm trying to make is that, like, for the taste of, like, this really, like, high concept, like, philosophical exploration of like AI versus humanity. I thought that was kind of what I kind of expected that from creator, and I thought they nailed that part. I didn't necessarily want from it what Rebel Moon gave me. However, when it comes to Rebel Moon, where you just have like a big lore filled action sci-fi fantasy thing where you like fight and scrap and like do cool shit. That's what I expected, and it delivered on that.
Right, and same for me, right? It's just wood burning oven pizza. You know what I mean? I have, so I'm like impatiently waiting for Dune Part 2. You guys know how much I love Dune, and this was just like
a little appetizer,
something I just needed, and I really loved it. I flat out really enjoyed this movie. So that was
here's what kind of where I don't really have. I have to wait. Like I have an incomplete rating on this because I did some more research and I learned about what happened during the creation of this movie, where Zack Snyder is up to his old bag of tricks again.
Yeah, and that's another thing, of course, obviously, but
take into consideration. What I'm understanding, and I almost didn't watch this version because I keep hearing that the quote unquote Snyder cut is about to come out at some point, and it's like. The tone is different because some of the fight scenes, I was like, bro, like
they kept it very clean.
This was supposed to be. There was one particular scene where the main, what's the main character's name again? Cora, where she was straight up like jugularing niggas, and there was no blood.
And I was a little like, what was the reason for that?
Because they wanted to keep it PG-13.
Oh, is that it was?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to say. The Snyder cut is like way long. It's like not necessarily longer, but it's way more violent.
Why though?
Why?
What's the reason for that?
Here's the reason.
Because obviously, I knew that as well, and then the fight scenes were so good. But anyway, the obvious. Why is there no blood? Why is this not?
It's because there was an executive decision made by Netflix. This is according to Zack Snyder, who already got in front of it. Like, nah, nigga, hold on, y'all ain't finna. Snyder cut, Snyder cut. He just immediately before the movie even came out. Nope, don't want to hear it. Snyder cut. Nah, Snyder cut. Now what, motherfucker? So there was a decision by Netflix to soften the movie because it's new and scary because it's a new IP, and they wanted to make sure that they can cast as wide an audience net as possible.
So weak, man.
So that they can make sure that they make money off of it. And you know what, bro? Like, I think that backfired. I think that one of the reasons why it didn't review well is because it was pretty obvious that like, oh no, it was supposed to be way more shit here. It was supposed to be like,
you could tell
clearly there was way more going on.
Yeah.
And so like for me, I liked what we saw, but I think I would really fuck with like the full cut. Like I think I would be like, yo, this shit is fire. So I really want to wait till that comes out before I like really
give a full final.
I can tell, but I can tell you that as of right now, I liked it. I thought it was. I'm not disappointed by it. I thought it was good. I thought the reviews were way too cruel in the sense that, you know why I talked to Edmund about this. You know why I don't buy the reviews being that the reviews should be taken as seriously as they are. It's because they released the what do they call that, the review embargo literally like a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
And usually when that happens, that they do that because the studio has confidence in the movie. And if the movie is trash and the studio knows it, they almost always hold the review embargo until either the day before
comes out, or
the day before or the day it comes out.
Yeah.
Like the new Aquaman movie apparently is trash, and they didn't let niggas see the review until after the shit came out. I think the movie released on Thursday, and they didn't do the review embargo until Friday morning.
I wasn't seeing shit till Friday.
Right,
nah, bro. We gotta have some people see it first.
Right. Yeah. Like
you gotta go see it after they.
Right. It's shit weak. So I genuinely think that Zack Snyder and company, or maybe Netflix, whoever made that decision, overestimated or underestimated how much people are divisive about Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they expected it to review as poorly as it did. Because like, why would you release the review embargo so quickly if you thought it was going to be trash? You almost never see that. Which leads me to my take, which is, I'm always critical of film criticism, as you should be. You need to keep the critics in check as well. But like, my fear is that the clickbait nature and the review culture nature of our society and like how people's jobs are like tied to it is so dependent on like being on the right side of a take or the right side of history.
Yeah.
That like people are like not willing to be as honest. I'm not sure if people are willing to be as honest anymore because like for fear of not being taken seriously if you have a opinion that falls too far outside of the consensus.
Right.
And I think especially when it comes to people like Zack Snyder, you might have seen some of that happen because the movie it's got like a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's
right.
Jesus.
Flat. It's nowhere near that.
Right.
Bad. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good. Right. Like I would probably give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's not a dumpster fire like they're trying to make it sound.
Yeah.
I'm just wild. It's just wild to me because it's like, maybe it's a backhanded compliment. I just didn't think to have that high of expectations to be that disappointed to give it that bad of a rating for. Like that's the thing that's throwing me off.
I had high expectations because I like Snyder.
Yeah, I'm just saying in terms of like this many critics having that bad of a take.
There's something about Zack Snyder where like critics just don't fuck with him.
Which I mean,
like, I don't know what it is. He seems like a great guy. Seems like all of the actors love working with him.
Yeah,
I don't know what the problem is, but they don't fuck with that nigga for some reason.
I don't get, like, I can understand some of the annoyances, like the slow mo at times.
I fuck with that shit.
I do too. My thing is people will say 300 slow mo is brilliant, but then, but that's what I'm saying is people will. I just think that people will do something like that and then they'll not like this, and it's
It's his so like here. I think to expand on that, his visual style is that y'all liked it at one point, and now all of a sudden, it's overdone. Okay, cool. Wes Anderson, his visual style is this. He's been doing that shit for like 30 years now.
Right.
Are we ever going to get tired of it? Apparently not.
Right.
So I think for me, the slow-mo just kicks in as an annoyance when it's like I'm staring at the screen going slow motion and I have no idea what a part of this action, this moment you want me to focus on that's in slow-mo. And that's I had that thought a couple times with Rebel Moon. Whereas with 300, it's like I know exactly what you want me to focus on at each moment that you're slow.
It doesn't bother me because I like the way that it changes its pace. It slows up, speeds up. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
It works for me.
It works.
My point is, whether you like it or not is fine. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter. But like, we're holding this against him for some reason. Like, his visual style is what it is. He's been doing that in every single movie. That's what he does. Keep that same energy with somebody like Wes Anderson, who does the same thing in every movie. Like, you can't, whether you like it or not is irrelevant, but be consistent, right? Like, it's his visual style. Like, you can't hold it against him for doing the same thing over and over again when this is just simply how he makes movies, unless we're going to do the same thing for folks like Wes Anderson or David Fincher or whoever that has very
Spike Lee,
Spike Jonze, all these folks that have very distinct styles of movie making. It just, I don't know. I can't take it seriously if they sort of pick and choose
when they like it.
When they like it, if it like matches a certain like point, the overall point that they're trying to make. I don't know. I'm not into that.
Because like even remembering which reviews I may have watched or not even read, just watched the videos of that went over it. I can't even remember what the critiques were, honestly, but I don't feel like the negative shit is as valid because at the end of the day, it was a fun movie.
Yeah,
like,
I can't wait to see, and especially the way it ended. I was like, oh shit.
And that's the other thing about it.
I can't wait to see what happens
knowing next. Even if I didn't know it was supposed to have a sequel at the end, I felt satisfied by the end of it. Like maybe wanting to see some characters get a little bit of shine because you know how much I love Jimon Hansu.
Yeah.
Like and not getting almost anything with him besides a rousing speech.
Right.
But like that's maybe the only thing I would have wanted to see more of. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay. What's next?
Yeah, what's next? Right.
Give
Like
me the
I
next
want to
one.
see the next one.
I gotta wait till April?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh, it's coming out. I thought it was going to come out way after that. It's
No,
coming
it
out in
comes
April.
out in like 4 months.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like I said,
I'm excited.
I'm excited for the next one. I love this.
And if he
really dope.
if he can get a good, solid studio to do a video game for it,
Are we doing?
wasn't that announced or something? Like
I don't know.
Or that's
I
his
hadn't-
intentions of like trying to get like
I know he wants to expand the universe.
Yeah,
But
Are we doing novels too? Because this is, I would 100% read this.
yes, agreed.
give me an anime while you're at it.
Hey,
Fuck it.
man, come on now.
All right, hear me out. Give me a Blade Runner. Remember they did the little short, like 15-minute Blade Runner anime in between before Blade Runner 2049 came out.
Yes,
Fire.
Blackouts or
So
whatever.
good.
I think it
And
was
Shinichiro
called.
Watanabe did it, I think.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, I liked it, man. I loved it a lot. That was dope. Characters were sweet. It's like space opera, Seven Samurai. You know what I mean? The whole concept.
And let's not do the thing. Oh, it was just like Star Wars. Yes.
That's
You know what though? I felt like the atmosphere of this movie and this world doesn't feel like Star Wars to me, and I thought that was one of the things I liked about it the most. 'cause-
The worlds don't look like Star Wars, but it's the character pastiches are pretty clearly there.
To me, it didn't feel like Star Wars to me. It felt like something different. It felt a little edgier than Star Wars is.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
That was literally the whole point.
I love, obviously Nemesis is my favorite character, but I did really like Cora, the main girl. Like she was really, really dope. Loved her character too. And like Evan said, I need more of these other characters, which hopefully we get in the next movie. But again, if
I'm mad as hell they killed off Darian Bloodaxe. That was my guy.
yeah, man,
that shit felt racist.
I knew he was gonna die though. As soon as he went off on his own line, that nigga did.
yeah, facts.
That's a wrap for him.
But again, maybe some novels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Star Wars is notorious for that too.
Anime right there.
Remember Captain Phasma? Like,
Man, what a missed layup that was.
That's one of the biggest blown fast break layups of all time.
Man.
So but I really like that. Thought the soundtrack was powerful. It was good.
Yes.
Like I said, loved the action was my favorite.
There's some very interesting lore there with like the robots and their relationship with like
absolutely.
the king and and what exactly is happening with the main bad guy. Like that's so when I talk about the pastiche, like the archetypes, like to me, I was trying to figure out like, all right, who's Luke and Leia. And there's very few 1-to-1 comparisons, but like there's definitely some Luke and Leia in Korra. To me the clearest Luke and Leia were Darien and his sister Bloodaxe, even like down to the name Luke Skywalker, Darien Bloodaxe, right? Like combining two words together, and them being like the prodigal leaders of the revolution. I was trying to figure out who was going to be Vader, the Vader quote unquote character. And I wasn't really sure. There wasn't really one that fit clearly.
Obvious? The old dude? I mean,
which old dude? Well, I think there is I was going to get to who I thought the main bad guy was, or who the Vader is going to be. I can't remember his name, but the main antagonist with the crew cut.
Yeah.
It wasn't obvious until the end that he was going to be Vader. To me,
I just felt that from the get-go because he's the one.
He's
doing the pursuit.
Right, but but the way they presented him was almost more like Grand Moff Tarkin at first.
Yeah, I guess once I would have thought that if he didn't get physical from the get-go.
I heard.
So
but at the end though, it was very
clear,
obvious.
very clear.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the Korra's father being the Emperor character.
Yeah, that was dope. And
I'm here for it, bro. I want to see what's next.
Same, loved it. Pizza, let's go. Yeah, man. Everybody in the Discord, man, let us know what you thought about Rebel Moon. If you see it, when you see it, I am very excited for the sequel. Like I said, I'm really hoping they do some novels. I will definitely read them. Comics, books, novels, whatever. I'm here for it. I liked it, loved it, enjoyed it a lot. All right, let's go. Keeping with the Christmas theme, top 5 of the day. Talking about Santa Claus, man. Santa's been in so many movies and so many shows, cartoons. We were talking earlier. I'm kind of shocked that we don't see Santa more as like a superhero. You know what I mean? I would love to get like just like an action movie about, where Santa's just like a superhero with superpowers, and Violent Night's probably the closest that we've came. I was shocked at how much of just a legitimate violent action movie that was, starring Santa Claus. I love it.
With some great Home Alone elements.
It is great, yeah. But let's go, man. Top 5 of the day. Your top 5 favorite renditions of Santa in movies, shows, cartoons, whatever. Let's go with the guest first. Edmund, let's get your top 5.
All right, I'll try not to take too long on this one. Honorable mention, just because I did enjoy this movie in my very brief college time of being a Vince Vaughn fan. So I'm going to go with Fred Claus. Yes.
I remember that. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I thought the rendition there and just their relationship was pretty solid, so I enjoyed that Santa Claus. Number 5, especially because my partner really enjoys Futurama, I'm going to go with the Futurama Santa Claus.
Hey, that's such a good one.
Because a sadistic killer version of Santa
That
Claus
is
that just
great.
enjoys the murder of everyone, and that's how he spreads his gifts and merry around the galaxy, the universe.
Excellent.
Why not? Number 4, just because we joked about it before the show, before we started recording, Savage Land Magneto. Any way to sneak Brother Magnus into my list, I will take the opportunity.
Rabbi Doctor.
That is hilarious.
Now, number 3, I think we will all appreciate nonetheless, especially because this motherfucker sitting next to me snatched the movie from my draft board. But I am going to pick number 3, the whole Santa gang from Jingle All the Way.
Hey,
nice.
That's a great pick. I'm going to deck your halls, bub. The giant
Yes.
big show.
Yes. Number 2, Violent Night Santa. Because
I mean, come on, man.
I'm not going to spoil the twist of it for you, Hero, but as to the other reason why, but when you watch it, you'll definitely, I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm here for
That's
it.
so
You'll
good.
enjoy it. Especially the ending with John Leguizamo. God, that was so shocking. And number 1, obviously, just like my big board, Jack Skellington. Come on.
That's a good one.
His version of Santa, because he's trying. He's doing
He
his
was
best.
trying.
He's doing his best. Okay.
He was trying. He just had the wrong approach, but he was definitely trying.
The
very
intentions were there. Okay. Misguided as they may be, the intentions were there, and it was just to spread cheer and love in his own way. It's his love language.
hard. Facts.
So, that would be my list. That's it.
Solid.
What about the Santa from Christmas Story?
All right. So I don't have any honorable mentions. I don't like this actor. He sucks. But I won't pretend like I didn't like this movie when I was younger. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with number 5, Tim Allen as the Santa Claus. Shitty movie, or shitty human, shitty representation of our city. But I liked the movie once upon a time. I don't think I'll watch it again though. Anyways, fuck Tim Allen. Number 4. I'm surprised that we haven't talked about this movie yet. This is definitely sort of like an edgy bro college movie. But I fucked with Bad Santa, bro.
I knew it.
I did consider that one. I was thinking about that one this whole day.
Bad Santa number 4. I liked Bad Santa quite a bit. Edmund with the kind of stole a couple of our picks here. Number 3, gonna go with Jack Skellington.
Nice.
Nightmare Before Christmas. His partner stole my other pick, which I thought I was gonna sneak this in. I thought it was gonna be like the sleeper pick, but man, the insane robot Santa Claus from Futurama,
hilarious. That's
so
such a good one. That's
so
a good one.
I am confident in my number 1. This is a sleeper pick, just because. Shout out to my dad as well, because it reminds me of him. Santa Claus is coming to town, bro. The claymation the young Santa Claus
with the red hair.
Yeah,
nice. Let's go.
He had a little bit of swag too.
He did.
The one foot in front of the other song.
One foot in front of the other.
He was,
Yeah. Good stuff there.
So I really liked the young Saint Nicholas in that the red beard Santa Claus.
Nice.
So yeah, boom.
All right, man. Let's go. Let's get into these lists. This is a fun game here. I'm gonna start things off with my number 5, and my number 5 is going to be very similar. Somebody had on your list, Hero. Mm-hmm. The young draft pick rookie Santa.
Okay.
With the red hair from the claymation Santa Claus is coming to town.
Let's go.
That's my number 5. Loved it. My number. I told you guys before we start talking about this, I love Santa as like this action character. You know what I mean? He's got magic powers. You know what I mean? So, so my number 4, and I've told you many times how much I love the Fairly Odd Parents Christmas episode. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the Santa from Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. Solid pick.
He's like a businessman, and then when he gets jolly, he gets his magic from being jolly, turns into Santa. Like it's really dope. So my number 4 is gonna be the Santa. I'm jolly again. The Santa from Fairly Odd Parents.
Does he also have a transformation like the Incredible Hulk? You wouldn't like me when I'm jolly. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm imagining him taking the glasses off and everything. Really intense.
You wouldn't like me when I'm jolly. Excellent.
I
told you, man, we need more action Santa stuff. My number 3, I got another sneaky pick here. Do you guys remember the movie Rise of the Guardians? It was this movie that came out. My son used to really like
the owls?
No.
So that's Legends of Gaul.
Yeah. So Rise of the Guardians was the movie they made. It was like Santa, the Tooth Fairy, Jack Frost.
Yeah. Oh, $5.
And they were fighting against the boogeyman.
I do remember that.
Santa's so sweet in this movie. He's got like 2 swords. Excellent. So I'm going Santa Rise of the Guardians. Number 2. Violent Night, man.
Hey.
That movie is so fun. I think it's the best adult Christmas movie, and it never takes itself serious, like ever. You know what I mean? It's just great action, violent Santa as this. It's what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like it's really dope. I love it. I would love like an anime like that. You know what I'm saying? It would be so dope.
It keeps reminding me. That reminds me of the like. Have you seen the trailers for this Evil Power Rangers anime?
I did a little while back.
Yeah.
I saw like an early one though.
I'm
if they've
super
done more, I haven't seen
interested
it.
in that. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, what if the Super Sentai guys were insane?
bad.
Okay.
Like the boys, kind of.
Man, yeah, let's more anime like that, where we doing some kind of subverting some of this shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's do that more.
And then my number one, man, I talked about this movie earlier. I love that movie, Klaus, and that's gonna be my number one. Just the beginning, legend of Santa, and he's just like this huge guy who, in the way that he ends up getting started, is he builds toys, and the word gets around, and he like partners up with this guy that's like a mail delivery guy. It's a really good movie, man. And
this is relatively new, right?
It came out, I think, like 2 years ago. It's new.
It's
a
on
really
Netflix?
new movie. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
Check it out. It's really good. That's gonna be my number one. So that's my top 5 favorite renditions of Santa. Hope you guys have a good holiday, man. Relax, eat some junk food, watch some Christmas movies.
I also, since we didn't get into the what are we into, also
Oh
wanted to go
dang!
ahead-
This might be the first episode ever where we didn't do
we
that.
went
I
straight
just
into
also
Holy
wanted
crap.
to absolutely say, man, I'm well into season 2 of Craig of the Creek. I'm loving that shit, dog. I just wish that y'all had told me ahead of time that
It's incredible.
in my head canon that it's in the same world as Steven Universe.
Yes,
Because of Cookie Cat.
and they drop little references all the time too.
Foster's Home for Imaginary
Yes,
Friends. I was
bro.
like, oh, I'm loving this.
It is that show does drop a lot of little Easter eggs from past Cartoon Network shows. man.
So I just had to throw that out there because
Yes.
I am
It
thoroughly
is.
in love with it.
It's man, Craig of the Creek is so good, and they do like these big overarching plots.
It's the world building, the slow world building.
It is so
great.
good because there's characters that you might see, and you might not see them for like 20 episodes. but-
Honeysuckle Gang.
Dog. the honeysuckle kids, and all these characters, man, they stick around. They don't disappear, bro. They always pop back up. In
Now, I will say, for those that might be trying to get into it, just like Steven Universe, they plop you right in as if you were already there from episode 1. So it takes a little bit, but by the 3rd or 4th episode, I gotta say, yo, it's
good.
it's solid.
Then they start getting into the stuff with the other side of the creek.
Yes.
That's when it really.
Yes.
picks
That's
up.
when it really picks up. Like capture the flag, and then they do another one after the war is over, and they get into some other stuff with like the unexplored areas of the creek that they never got to go to, and then there's these cubes they're looking for. Like, oh my gosh, man, it's so good.
Yes. I appreciate it. It was great. Thank you.
And it's like it's mad black.
Yes.
It's black as fuck.
Yes.
It's so black.
Yes.
And it's
I
not
love
just
it.
Craig too, like his whole
It's
family.
his family.
The girl that be selling treats.
No,
She just be hustling all the kids.
She reminds me of you, bro.
I
She does.
I got no problem. I got no
Kid
problem
reminds
with
me of
that.
Edmund.
Yeah.
She is one of my favorite characters.
And
on that
also
show.
one of the most underrated characters. I don't remember her name. It's super black because you've got the girl that reminds me of Crimson Alchemist.
Dog, yeah, man.
What's her name?
Maya.
Maya. My
Yes, she
goodness.
reminds me of Crimson too.
So, but then one of the most underrated characters is the black girl who's like the scientist.
Bro,
Oh, yes,
she is
yes,
so
yes.
So
funny.
good. The voice acting for her is
Great.
incredible.
I love her assistant kid too.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's.
But
funny too.
she just represents a non-cliched black, because there is that like one super nerdy kid in the hood that's like the hood scientist, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Love it.
that's into bugs and weird stuff like that.
Love it. Love the. I love Cannonball. The bicycle.
Oh,
Have you seen
yeah.
Cannonball. Yeah. That's dope. That was dope. I love Cannonball. There's it's just one of those shows that's got characters for everybody.
Yeah.
Like it's so many boys, so many little girls. There's man, they even get into like there's gay kids, there's kids, there's a bunch, every race is covered, like every gender is covered. Like it's just such a good, like kids with handicapped kids, like it's just a really good show, man.
Yeah, like even and some of the episodes subject matter just like
Yeah.
because even talking with my partner, talking with her about like my frustrations growing up of like how I had a hard time getting into reading a little bit
Yeah.
at times, and they cover that episode.
They cover that.
Where it's just like, yes, reading makes it feel like it's homework. Why would
Yeah,
I want to
bro.
do this on my off time? Like I'm here to have fun at the creek. Why would I want to read
Bro.
and talk to you about it?
I'm dyslexic, and they didn't diagnose me as an adult.
See, See, stuff like that. So I'm just like, yo, this show is covering a lot of bases.
Bro, there's the math one where Craig has to do, and it like just ruins his whole day because he has to do math homework. And it like,
Hey, yo.
Bro,
Hero. Yo, check it. Winter in Michigan. Started writing my letter to Santa, but never finished it. Inclement weather shall bring us closer together. Put the tree up in November, seems we've been waiting forever. I can hardly wait. I count the days in the ugliest sweaters back. Then it was pajamas, the spirit never abandoned. No matter the number, count every blessing, it's evident. Joy to the world and peace is the only present then. Follow me, I conquer the biggest hills when I'm sledding. Once the snow is good for packing, I'm loaded up every second. Freezing, but it's all for the love of the season. Hey yo, silver bells ringing, lights visible in the evening. Hey yo, we staying warm by this open fire. Here's to the season and hoping you find your reason. Although it's been said many times, many ways, embrace each other today, the spirit is on the way. Hey yo, we staying warm by this open fire. Here's to the season and hoping you find your reason. Although it's been said many times, many ways, embrace each other today, the spirit is on the way. Yo, check it, the smell of the trees serving up memories. Stockings on the fireplace looking out by the chimney.